Good morning, students. Today I am teaching you impact, shifting, and incidence of tax burden. Impact of a tax. The immediate money burden of a tax is the impact of a tax. When a tax is imposed, its impact is on the person who is responsible for the payment of the tax. Shifting of tax burden. The process of transferring money burden from one person to another is called shifting. Shifting of tax burden is divided into two, forward shifting and backward shifting. Forward shifting. In this, the producer of a commodity transfers the money burden of the tax on the wholesaler on the retailer, and the retailer on the consumer. Backward shifting. In this, the money burden of a commodity tax is shifted from the consumer to the producer. Example, the employer's contribution to the employee's state insurance fund. Forward shifting is more common than backward shifting. Incidence of a tax. Ultimate burden of tax is called incidence of a tax. Incidence cannot be shifted. There are two types of incidence, that are formal incidence and effective incidence. The direct money burden of a tax is the formal incidence. The overall economic effects of a tax on the economy as a whole is the effective incidence. Factors determining incidence of a tax are as follows. First, elasticities of demand and supply. Perfectly elastic supply. If the supply of a commodity is perfectly elastic, the entire money burden, that we can say incidence of the tax, will be upon the buyer. In the above diagram, OX axis measures quantity and OY axis measures price and tax. S is the original supply curve and D is the original demand curve. QA is the original price. QA is the original price, or we can say OP is the original price. ET is the amount of tax imposed by the government. As a result, the seller increases the price equal to ET and shift it to the buyer, and Q1T is the new price. Q1T is the new price, or we can say OP1 is the new price. More elastic supply. If the supply of a commodity is more elastic, the money burden of the tax will be more on the buyer and less on the seller. In the above diagram, quantity is measured on OX axis and price and tax are measured on OY axis. QA is the original price. ET is the amount of tax. After the imposition of tax, supply curve shifted to S1 and the new price is Q1T. The incidence on the seller is ER and on the buyer is RT. ER and on the buyer is RT. ER is less than RT. ER is upon the seller and RT is upon the incidence upon the buyer, and ER is less than the RT. Third, unitary elastic supply. If the elasticity of supply of the taxed commodity is unity, then the money burden of the tax will be divided equally between the buyer and the seller. In the above diagram, OX axis measures quantity and OY axis measures price and the amount of tax. ET is the amount of tax which is equally divided between the buyer and the seller. ET is the amount of tax equally divided between the buyer and the seller. ER is the incidence on the seller and RT is the incidence on the buyer. That is ER is equal to RT, equally divided. ER is equal to RT. Now next one, less elastic supply. If the elasticity of supply is less elastic, the burden of the tax will be more on the seller and less on the buyer. More on the seller and less on the buyer. In the above diagram, OX axis measures quantity and OY axis measures price and amount of tax. Out of ET amount of tax, the incidence on the seller is ER and on the buyer is RT. Seller is ER and on the buyer is RT, and ER is greater than RT. Perfectly inelastic supply. In this case, the entire money burden of the tax will be upon the seller. The full money burden, full amount of money burden of the tax will be upon the seller. In the above diagram, OX axis measures quantity and OY axis measures price and amount of tax. S is the perfectly inelastic supply curve. S is the perfectly inelastic supply curve. QT is the original price. When a tax equal to ET is imposed, the seller will not increase the price and he will bear the entire money burden of the tax himself. The entire money burden will be upon the seller. Perfectly elastic demand. The entire money burden of the tax will be upon the seller. In the above diagram, D is the perfectly elastic demand and S is the perfectly elastic supply curve. QA is the price. After the imposition of ET amount of tax, S1, the supply curve shifted to S1 and the new supply curve is S1. New price is Q1T, which is equal to the old price QA and which is upon the seller. More elastic demand. The incidence of the tax will be more on the seller and less on the buyer. In the above diagram, incidence upon the seller is ER and incidence upon the buyer is RT. Seller is ER and upon the buyer is RT. ER is greater than RT. Now, unitary elastic demand. Money burden of the tax will be equally divided between the seller and the buyer. In the above diagram, ET is the unit of tax shared equally by the seller and the buyer. Incidence upon the seller is ER and incidence upon the buyer is RT. That is, ER is equal to RT. ER is equal to RT. Now, less elastic demand. The incidence of the tax will be more on the buyer and less on the seller. In the above diagram, after the imposition of ET amount of tax, incidence upon the seller is ER and upon the buyer is RT. Upon the buyer is RT and RT is greater than ER. Now, perfectly inelastic demand. The entire money burden of the tax will be upon the buyer. In the above diagram, OP is the pre-tax price before the imposition of tax. The price is OP. When ET unit of tax is imposed, the supply curve shift upwards to S1 and the price is OP1. The entire incidence of tax ET is upon the buyer. Now, the second factor, incidence of taxation under different cost conditions. First one, increasing cost. Under increasing cost, the incidence of the tax will be partly upon the buyer and partly upon the seller, which in turn depends upon the elasticity of supply of the commodity. In the above diagram, when ET amount of tax is imposed, the supply curve shift upwards to S1. At new equilibrium point T, S1 intersects the demand curve D at point T. New supply curve is S1. The imposition of tax raises the price to OP1. And after the imposition of tax, the price increased to OP1. Incidence upon the buyer is RT and the seller is upon the seller is ER. Second, decreasing cost. Under the decreasing cost, the seller will increase the price more than the amount of tax and the entire money burden will be upon the buyer. In the above diagram, when ET amount of tax is imposed, supply curve shift upwards to S1 and price increases from OP to OP1. Price increases from OP to OP1. The difference between the new price and old price is RT. New price and old price is RT, that is bracket Q1T minus Q1R. The entire incidence of the tax is upon the buyer. Constant cost. The seller shift the entire money burden upon the buyer. In the above diagram, QA or OP is the pre-tax price before the imposition of tax. The price is QA or OP. ET is the amount of tax which is imposed upon the commodity. New price is set at Q1T or OP1. Q1T minus Q1E is equal to ET, which is shifted by the seller upon the buyer. Now, third factor is market structure. In a monopoly market, two types of taxes are imposed, that is specific and ad valorem. In a specific tax, the monopolist can shift the entire tax burden upon the buyer. In a lump sum tax, the entire tax burden falls upon the monopolist. Thank you, students.